Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. We're gonna continue with the live stream that happened yesterday. We have more information now, more insight that I'm just gonna go through right now with you guys. First of all, this is Tankerking. Most of you know him probably already. He's one of the best players over there, and he's one live streamer from Korea who usually goes through patches and explains everything in quite good detail. He also has sometimes access to internal servers and can show off a lot of stuff. So let me just go through his stream, which is for 20 minutes, where he's gonna explain the new zone a little bit better. And I thought I'm just gonna have the same thing for you, but in English. So yeah, let's just do that. And after this, I also have a lot more materials to show you. So let's just get started. Okay, I'm gonna have him in the background again, talking, and then I'll just be saying what is he's talking about. So he's saying, is the Teva a field? Yes, it is, but it's not just any regular field. It's actually a battlefield style field. Right now, I'm standing at the Misa's temporary outpost, where you'll find a ship depot. There's also a Teva transport port location in northern Leroy. Players will be able to enter through that port. Since this is the first time, we'll start with the tutorial mission. Let's head to Luna. Here we go. Can I enter Teva anytime I want? Yes, you can. Since Teva is a field, you're free to come and go as you please. You'll see a timer and point tracker at the bottom of the screen. Gameplay is limited to 1 hour per day, which recharges daily. Does this field involve ships? Not quite. While the area begins with the ship, it starts at a fixed point in the south and gradually moves north. Can you get more time? Yes, you can. Earn a special hourglass item during gameplay to extend your time in Teva. Time charges can be traded globally, so what's available might vary depend on the market. What should I do first in Teva? You'll find various field quests. Some can be accepted via Lunar Ring, and others are PvE missions that are randomly assigned. We're also introducing a new item, the Prism Core. There have been questions about whether you need a certain potential that start to access specific areas. The answer is no. We encourage players to match their potential with the area for balance and optical rewards. You can enter higher level zones, but your damage output will decrease and income damage will increase. On the flip side, higher risk zone offer better rewards. So now he's going to talk about the PvP zone and equipment. Players are also curious. I'm actually too fast, but it's okay. Players are also curious about the PvP zone. It's similar to the Legion ceiling battle from the main dungeon. You can attack members of the same faction, but player names and other identifier are visible, unlike other war zones. This is similar to the War of Independence system. What about that disguised weapon box? Is there a new weapon? Yes, but the reward lists will rotate regularly. We're also introducing a new gear slot called Arcaded, found near the Vision Dragon area. Ooh. So he's basically talking about those boxes over here. New item, Arcaded. That's a weird word. Anyways, works like a feather or bracelet, but comes with a new stat like critical hit bonus and options for power, knowledge, agility. I don't know. Some users worry it's a cash item, but actually, Arcacid can only be earned through Teva gameplay. You can either collect crafting materials from monsters or quest rewards and assemble it through the Transcendence Foundation. Okay, it seems interesting. Sounds interesting. This new Arcade Arcade I don't know, equipment is hero tier and comes in 6 varieties, such as Arcade of the Power, Arcade of the Agility. Will share final stats soon. Nice. So when that happens, obviously I'll be sharing that with you guys as well. It's a gacha item. Yes, it has RNG elements via the Transcendence Foundation, but don't worry, there will be stable acquiescing routes as well. For instance, monsters may drop weakened versions that can be used with Prism Core. Okay. Can you fight alongside monsters? And this is like the part where he starts playing with this bird thing over here. So this is basically here he gets the prism stuff, and then he starts fighting. So that's how it works. So basically what it is like a Pokemon system. You throw this thing on a low HP mob, and if you're lucky, then it turns into your pet. And then you can activate. They also say Pokemon. It's like a Pokemon system, and then you can, use that. So he activated it. He pulled it out now, and then you can use it to fight for you. So that's what I was reading. Can you fight alongside monsters? Yes, you can. Tame certain monsters and use them in battle through initially only in the Teva field. Later you can upgrade them into Prism Core and use them more broadly. So I'm assuming you can use them on other maps as well after upgrading them. Can you summon a monster and spirit at the same time? No, only one at a time, like summoning a soul weapon. Okay, so that means that spirit masters will have a problem if they want to use those pets. Then they can't be using their spirit anymore. But other classes will not have that issue. Okay. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of funny, I guess. It's not bad. Giving us more lucrative pets. Okay, now let's head over to the new class, which again is not technically a new class. We're getting the assassin just revamped, and they're changing the name of the assassin, Slaughtering. By the way, old players, have a look at the screen right now. If you remember correctly, that is the Tiamat skin. Just saying. Let's talk about the new class, Slaughtering. This class enhances assassin-like traits with streamlined skills like quick draw, slow draw, and single sword stab. There is no automatically apply pattern imprinted as part of their attacks. No separate activation needed. Okay. So then he's gonna show off the new skills a little bit, and he's gonna show off a little bit of gameplay from the class. So let's just go over to the part when he starts playing the class. Cooldowns are lowered significantly, damage is boosted, and white type attacks have been unfilled. All white stones now share max effects. There are skill stacking system that upgrade imprint level as you chain attacks. Surprise attack and kill maximization skill now last longer and have shorter cooldowns, making combos more powerful and easy to execute. I mean, it looks more or less the same though. Supportive buffs like evasion and concealment have been merged, making them more effective. Healing and resisting abilities have also been enhanced. Okay. Silence, Seal, and other dark elements ability now have integrated cooldown and combined effects. Dark Harvest, a key back attack skill, now deals massive bonus damage. Okay, interesting. Defensive and stealth. So let's go a little bit further to the part when he shows off that bit. Yeah, so the way it's going, like because they haven't really introduced them at the beginning, and he has probably done it in his full version of video. but I just, you know, picked this one because it's way shorter. He is with like Tankerking is with 2 other people. I'm assuming there's one, you know, like just friends or players or whatever. It does sound like that one of them is from the NC team, and the way the questions are replied. Might be the case, might not be the case. I don't want to say something wrong, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Okay. Okay, so defensive and stealth buffs. Other upgrades include merging defensive buffs, evasion and boundary, improved stealth duration and transform ability, shadow clone and shadow walk. Most skills now have better cooldown damage, cooldowns, damage and usability. Okay, and then we're gonna move on to the Q&A section. Let me just let that run for a few seconds, and then we move over to the next part.
예전에는 전투할 때 2회 저항을 2번 쓸 수 있는 스킬이었는데 통합이 되면서 유지 시간은 8초에서 12초로 증가를 하게 되고, 대신에 이제 물리 계열하고 전투할 때도 도움될 수 있도록 물리 마법 각각 3회.
Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, there is the new stealth buff. You can see there is also a new version of it. I'm gonna show you, because they have basically improved a lot of skill animations, and they're working on a lot of skill animation as well. Okay, so let's get to the Q&A section. Question: when is the new armor coming out? Not in this update. The current Z-Doc armor has been live for a year. New armor is scheduled for release this summer by August. Will there be a new server? We always have new server plans in mind, but there is no release date yet. What about hackers? We're actively monitoring and combating hacks. We see this is our responsibility and are improving our anti-cheat measures continuously. Will you remove training farming bots? We're rethinking it. Instead of deleting it outright, we're working on fair system to reward players' effort and limit abuse. Any plans for a real classic version? No plans at the moment. We're open to the idea depending on player interest. So there you have it. I've been saying it since quite some time. Aion, after Aion 2.5, 2.7, Aion was not Aion Classic anymore. With all these changes, with everything that is coming, it is not Aion Classic, which is fine, because in Korea, you know, the Aion is just called Aion, by the way, and the retail Aion is called Aion Origin. So there we have 2 different Aions over there, and the way it goes now, updates and everything, you know, coming for this one, obviously it's just for Aion basically, because this is like the new original Aion, let's say that. As you have seen, they have no plans for a really classic version yet, at least, but I mean, if enough people are open for it, then obviously they might do that, which I don't think it's a bad idea to just have like a 2.5 server or a 1.5 server always running. That would be nice. Would it destroy the player counts? I don't know. I mean, it might do it in the EU, but I don't know that would be the case in Korea, because you just have huge numbers who are playing on all servers except, you know, the one of the server, which is the CL server. So that's why I don't really see that much of a struggle over there, at least. Okay, so now I have one more thing that I would like to show you, which is let's go over the website. So in the website they have obviously, you know, a little bit of images. So over here we can see like an assassin, which is referred to the slaughter class. The patch is coming tonight, as I've mentioned in my previous video, which is, it doesn't really have a name in the sense, like I can't really say it's 4.1, 4.2, whatever. It's just after 4.x basically, and yeah, the max level is 58 still. heading to 70 in the mid or end of June. So now let's head over. Again, we have that image again showing us a male a gladiator and female assassin. And the reason why there's a gladiator, because again I said that there are revamping skills and improving the animation and just making it a bit more shiny, a bit more 2025, I guess. So we're gonna see that in a few seconds. Then we have the changes towards the gear that I already spoke about, the ones that are gonna come today. Then we have the new zone. So we have the hourglass over here. That's the currency that you would need for the items, and that one is referring to the materials you need. Then we have the new map. So this is how the new map is going to look like. Let me just go over it. So this is basically the front part. Then we have more or less like a flight zone area. It's the way it's built, as you can see. It's you know, you can do a lot of gliding, you know, gotta fly. This is the right wing, as I would call it. Then we have the left wing, is more dusty and more, you know, kind of, this reminds me a lot of Aion 2, to be honest, a lot of this, but like this is like a dusty frozen area, it seems like, and this is more like a sandy area. We have the typical Helios sunny grass area, you know. Then we have here a volcanic destructed Asmodean zone, as it seems like. And we have the top, the Asmodean location, a little bit dark, a little bit with a lot of reddish flowers and stuff. Then we have one of the islands over here already. We can see more of them, so I'm assuming they're going to be added on the later pace, but we already have one of them at least ready here. So now let me continue to show what else. So this is basically the Prism Stone, the Prism item that is needed to make those mobs into pads. So you can see already some sort of mobs and pads that you can use them on. I don't know if you can use them on every single mob on the map, but this one definitely shows a variety of mobs that you can use it on. How much it would be affecting it in PvP, I don't know yet. That is something I would need to try, even if it's even possible. That is something we will need to test. But as far as we can see, it seems like it's more like a Pokemon fighting system. Yeah, that is the new item that we just spoke about, which is like a new that you can go through the new map, the new zone, which was here. You can go through the new zone, and with crafting you can get the materials from mobs and different quests, I'm assuming, and then you can build this. Apparently it's RNG in which version you're building it, but it looks like that you can build it in STR Vit, which is like, you know, for health, dexterity, agility, and so on, knowledge and will. So I'm assuming it's kind of related to 5.x, you know, stats wise. So over there you could see which, you know, gives you what type of points. So depending on the RNG, I'm assuming you are just gonna get a random of this, and then it has like certain probabilities of which tier it is, low tier, high tier, whatever tier, and then you can have like strong ones or weak ones. But yeah, this is like a new item that you would be using and wearing. So let's continue. What else do we have here? Yeah, over here this is also only Korea related rewards and stuff. Like, I don't really mean to mention it because this is, we're never gonna get that. This is again only Korea related. And then the last picture is, yeah, if you start there, they usually have like packs in the shop where, you know, which helps you starts over here. You're gonna start with like at least plus 10 gear and weapon and everything. And you're gonna have like in the Kuna shop, which I already mentioned in my other video, that players are unhappy with the pricing, so I guess they're going to be working on that one as well. Did I receive my coupons already? Nice. Okay, then the last that I want to show you is this page, which is again kind of the items shown a little bit in the beta. So this is like the more like the patch notes in a sense, but the official patch notes, I have not seen them yet, so we can go through them. Maybe they should be out now. Let's see if they're out now already. Let's go over here and then see if the latest patch notes are out. Oh, they are. Nice, good. Okay, so is it the same thing? Oh, okay, then they're not out yet. Anyways, so they have just you know, the same information about the assassin. Then they have, you know, so they spoke about this is the class transfer. Well, you transfer your class. They are working on a system where the class change makes more sense, which basically means that you have a new beginner pack, and this is what that image was referring to as well, which is basically that you have set of items that you would be acquiring if you do like a class change. That they're trying to improve the items rather than giving you some trash stuff, you know. So then we have the hourglass, the prism stone mobs, and the new item. And we have here like a scene where two pets are fighting with each other, kind of gives you a Pokemon vibes. And then we have that one again, and the promotion, which is you know, the pack that when you start with. And then we have another again, the assassin skill that has an improvement on how it looks now, as you can see. And we have one of the gladiator skills, how it will be looking like in the future. Yeah, so yeah, that is it for today. If they post more information, then obviously I will do my best to get them to you translated as fast as possible. If I do mistakes, keep in mind I'm not a native Korean. I'm still learning. I do a lot of mistakes, but I try my best to have as accurate information as possible. Obviously I usually try to have my friend look over it, but there are times when you know, availability and other issues. So yeah, just everything I say, keep in mind that if there are misunderstandings or something that was like that I gave wrong information or whatever, just, you know, point it out in the comment section, and I'll fix it for next time. But other than that, that was what I wanted to say. So thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.